president, speak to the many number of members of parliament that we have arranged to make sure that comprehensively we do adequate preview of what the expectations will be for the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's State of the Nation address. As you know, it's a constitutional mandate, but as it is, well, he is going to give his last State of the Nation address, but there's also a chance that is before there's the next transition after the 2024 presidential elections to also have an address before Parliament as we have the current one or legislature also winds up. But currently, let me just give you a sneak peek of what really has been happening. We have a number of activities wrapping up touches so far. You can see the red carpets being laid just to make sure that the presidential days and then of course where the president will be inspecting the guard of honor is ready for it. That has been arranged by the state protocol department to make sure this is ready for the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So far, security has been at the topmost optimum. So, for example, without adequate accreditation or tags, you won't be allowed to enter the precinct of parliament in itself. We're talking about the compound before even having a conversation about the chamber of Ghana's parliament. Now, as it is, we expect to have many other dignitaries who have been invited from either traditional rulers, especially the National House of Chiefs. And so that will be a composition of representatives of the various regional House of Chiefs, various individuals, civil society organizations, members of the diplomatic corps, as well as various sections of our society who will be present for the President's State of the Nation address. And so far, it looks like the stage is set for the State of the Nation address. Now, there have been a number of we're told changes that have been made. So usually the media would have been allowed to do the interactions, especially when the members of parliament are coming from their offices, and you can find their offices that are highly situated. Just before then, we also have the office of the Speaker of Parliament, and so usually they will walk through their office into the tunnel that is well laid out and then get to the first floor of the house where they make entry into the chamber. And then these changes have been made to make sure that there's some level of sanity when it comes to what has been arranged for the members of parliament. Now, we also do know that because this is expected to be the last State of the Nation address before, of course, if we will have any final address when parliament is being wound up in the penultimate periods after the elections, we also have some level of detailed security that have been put in place to ensure that the various members of parliament present, the other dignitaries, those who have been invited, who will be at the public gallery, as well as the media, conduct their exercise or activities in such a way that gives adequate information and also some delineation of roles, so that we don't tend to have some level of clutter when it comes to who is interacting and then who is not. So far we have the dance troops who will be welcoming the president also just brought in, and all these arrangements are not only from the National Dance Ensemble but also arranged by the State Protocols Department, the Parliamentary Service, who are highly in charge of this. I spoke to a number of security details or officials of Parliament, and they said they wanted to make today one of the events that would ensure that security breaches are avoided as much as possible. And then also we have essentially people who are expected to be in and then also get to have a lot. As you know, it's one of the many things that we expect. As the majority side of the house has just gotten or chosen a new leader. So Alex Afenyo-Markin, the member of parliament for Futu, is now the majority leader. So it's the first time for the State of the Nation address that he, as majority leader, is going to lead his team or the side of the aisle as they welcome the president to present this. Very important. We'll be speaking to a number of the individuals who will be coming in. We want to ask them about their expectations as well and what they think about today. And a number of them also will be here. And we hope that we're going to have a number of them also just to ensure that we all have some detailed information as to what really will be happening. But so far, everything is ready. There have been a number of flurry of activity so far. So you can find that to my left. The canopies have been arranged to make sure that for those who want to have their sitting positions, we have everything well arranged. So for example, for those excess military men or security detail who are supposed to come here, and then also those important dignitaries who may not have the chance to be in a position where they can occupy the public gallery, at least this has been made available for them so you can have a chance to sit. So that has been arranged. The army band that is also responsible to make sure that when the president inspects the guard of honor, as is mandated because he is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, all those details are available for him today. And so those arrangements so far, it looks like from what we've seen, seem to be detailed, well arranged, and that's what we'll be bringing to you live right here, full coverage on TV3.
Well, indeed, full coverage right here on TV3. Thank you so much, Roland, for that update. And yes, very detailed. We're giving you all that you require to fully understand what the president has to offer for his citizens this morning. And so this is where you ought to stay. I believe Johnny's Bites should be ready at this point. Can we cross over now? Okay, let's cross over now to Johnny's Bite. When we get back, we'll have the big issue.